Okay. So like I was saying that you can download the hashes from this this link, and it's basically you can save it as a text file, hashes.txt, and then we are going to use a tool called John the Ripper, which basically tries to crack the passwords using different techniques. So once you have this text file or hashes.txt file on in Kali Linux, as you can see it here that I have it on the desktop, and then you can try to look inside the contents. It's basically encrypted passwords or hashed passwords, I would say, not encrypted, because there's a difference. So now we want to crack these hashes by using a tool called John the Ripper. The way to use John the Ripper is very simple, as you can see it here. You have to start with John, the name of the tool. It's available in Kali by default, so you don't need to install it. And then hyphen format is equal to NT, and then the file name hashes.txt. So let me just go ahead and try to crack it. Okay, so it's saying that the loaded 163 password hashes with no different salts, no password hashes left to crack. So basically, since in John the Ripper, if you already crack the hashes, then it is not going to do it again. So first of all, I want to show you where you can find the file, which is john.pot file, which has the cracked passwords of these hashes. So you can actually look into the root. I think it's /root/john/john.pot. So I'm using cats to just show you that the file has already been cracked. So if I press enter, you can see here that all the hashes that were in the file, they are already cracked. But for you guys, since you will be doing it for the first time, so it is going to show you. So what I will do is that I will clear out this pot file so that I can do the cracking again to show how it looks like the first time when you try to crack it. So let me just remove all these hashes from the pot file. I'm just using a VI editor to delete them. You can use any editor that you like. For example, you can use Vim. You can use even a LeafPad or Notepad kind of. There is an application called LeafPad. You can use that as well. So I personally use most of the time. I use VI editor. Okay, so I'm just going to make the pot file blank. So let's start over again. So you don't need to do this step that I just did in order to crack. Okay, so you don't need to do the step that I just did to empty the pot file. So it will work like this for you in the beginning when you first copy the hash file on the desktop, and then you will run this command, that is John-format equal to NT, and then the text file, which is hashes.txt. So when you press it for the first time, it will show you that it has cracked all the hashes that were loaded into it. And then these are the passwords basically, which are cracked. It is as simple as that, the task that you have to do. But the next time when I'm trying to do it again, you will see that it says that there are no password hashes left to crack because it is already done. And like I said, if you want to find out where those passwords are, it's actually in the john.pot file. The path for the file is /root/john and then john.pot. Okay, this is the file. So this is the path where you can go and, if you want to clear it out, you can delete the contents of the file and start all over again. So this is basically the task that you have to do today. And again, like I said, it's a very simple task. there's one thing you need to know. Here in this,
Mr.
yeah.
Can you repeat from the beginning, please?
Okay. Just give me a minute. So let me delete the file again.
Excuse me, Mr. We should
Yeah.
drop and drag the file on the desktop, or we can leave it on the download folder.
No, you have to bring it into the Kali.
Yes, I downloaded from the Kali by Firefox.
Okay, so it is going to be in the download directory, right?
Yeah.
So you have to. So you know.
Should I drag it to the desktop? Or
yeah, it's
no?
better for you because.
Okay.
The reason why, I mean, it's not like you cannot work in the downloads folder also, but you need to give the path where the file is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when
Yes,
I put hashes.txt, I have to give the whole path, like it is in root / downloads or something like this, whatever the path of the file is.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the reason I'm not giving any path because I'm already in the desktop directory and I'm just directly running the command because the file is already on the desktop, right? So it's up to you where you want to keep it. Okay. So somebody said to repeat the steps. The steps are very simple. You just download the hash file, which is here, and then run this command, which is this one, to crack the hashes. So there are only two steps. Download the file, use John to crack the hash file. The next thing that I was talking about is that once it cracks the hashes, it does not do it again because it already has the passwords in a file called the pot file. And I told you, if I want to access and see the contents of the pot file, that is using cat to show you. So the path is /root/.john/john.pot. So the passwords are already there, cracked, and along with their hashes. So if you want to repeat the step, you need to delete these and then crack it again. Is this clear? Whoever asked me the.
Yes, can you just repeat the cat command?
Okay, so cat /root/.john/john.pot. So I'm just trying to view the contents of the file. Okay, cat means I'm not changing or doing anything. I'm just looking at it. I cannot modify it. But if you are asking me that, how can I delete it? Then I told you that you can use different editors to delete it. Like, for example, there is Vim, there is VI editor, and there's another one which is the most commonly used. What is it called? Anyone remembers another editor? Forgot the name. But anyways, I use VI editor. So remember, I'm a root user. I'm not a Kali user. So if you're using VI editor or any other editor, you may have to use sudo, for example, in the beginning to run this command. But if you are a root user, you don't need to write sudo or anything. And then I can go inside the file. I can press insert. I can delete all these hashes that I want to delete. And then I can just save the file. Now, if you are using VI editor, you should know how to use it because it has a specific command sequence to save the file. Like if you want to type inside or write something inside, you have to press the insert key or I on your keyboard, right? And then if you want to save it, you have to use, I will tell you the sequence, how you can save this file. Let me delete it one more time. Okay. So let's just say that I made this file empty, okay? Now, when you want to save a file in the VI editor, you have to press escape on the keyboard. Then you have to press shift : that is, you can see two dots at the end. Then you have to write WQ. Then you have to write exclamation mark and then save. So I do not recommend you guys, if you are new and you don't know a VI editor, you will get stuck with this and you won't be able to actually use it unless you know the whole sequence of how I can write out the file. So now my john.pot file is empty, so there are no passwords there already. Okay, now Yeah. So
Can I
this is,
ask a question?
yeah, please.
Now, the John is the way to
John is
crack
the tool. It's called
yeah,
John the Ripper. Yeah.
okay, to crack the password, right?
Yes. Yeah.
طيب now every file I have it and I will hash it and then use the John, it will be cracked.
Or what you mean to, what you're trying to ask me is that can you crack any password with John?
Yes.
Is the John file?
يعني-
I'm
Sorry.
No, she can't.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
John,
Because if hashing, if the password have semicolon or at, can't cracking.
yeah, so I was coming to this point that remember,
Uh,
if the hackers know how to crack, there are guys who are working on these protocols and algorithms to make them secure as well. So that is why on the websites you keep seeing that, okay, they say keep a complex password, 8 characters, special character, and all that. The reason why, because the reason in this particular example why John is able to crack, because it is using the dictionary to crack the passwords. So if
yes,
you're
I have a question just before you continue. I'm so sorry. Is it the rainbow file
which one?
or the hashes text?
These
The
are
file.
the
Is it the
these,
rainbow?
okay, so rainbow table attack. I don't know if you studied it in the morning, the rainbow, because then I will start another discussion that what are rainbow tables and what is the
No, we
difference.
didn't talk about the rainbow.
So let's keep it simple for this particular lecture. I will explain you rainbow maybe some other time, but what the file that I have is basically contains the anti hashes. Now, what is anti hash? Now, your Windows, when you log in, your password is actually converted into a hash and stored in a file. We call it the SAM file or the SAM database, right? This SAM file has the hashes of anti hashes of all the users who set the password. So when I said, and I told John that I want to crack the hashes inside this text file, I told John that the type of hashes that you are trying to crack are anti-hashes. So there are two types of hashes. There is one type anti-hash, and then there is another type, which is LM hash, okay? So LM hash was used for the older Windows, Windows, I would say 98 and all those older versions. Anti-hashes are the ones which are being used in the latest Windows, like Windows 7, Windows 10. So, and then you will see anti-LM. Basically, that protocol is backward compatible. So even if now you have older operating systems, anti-LM can support those older operating systems as well as the newer operating systems as well. Now, quick answer to your question, that is it rainbow table? So there are ways that you can crack the password. The first way is that you launch a dictionary attack. The way this is working. The second way is that you can brute force a password. You try every possible combination, and then you have the rainbow tables. Now, rainbow tables are pre-computed hashes. Okay. So you have rainbow tables in which there are pre-computed hashes, and then there are passwords that are there, right? So when a tool is trying to crack based on the rainbow tables, it will take the hash from the file that I gave, like hashes.txt. It is going to compare with a hash somewhere in the database from the rainbow table, and it is going to show you that, okay, this is the password. So there are two ways that you can crack a password. One way is that the tool is going to take the hash that you have. It is going to take a dictionary password, convert it into the hash, and compare the hash. This process usually takes more time. So rainbow tables, why they are faster? Because they are just like searching. So the hash that you have will start comparing with the hashes that it has already. And if the hash matches, so it's like searching only, right? So I hope you got the answer. Now, the second question that you told me that John can crack anything. No, it doesn't crack anything, because if the password is complex, if it is not in the dictionary, it won't be cracked. So most of the passwords that you saw when I press enter and the password that you see on the left-hand side, they're basically the dictionary passwords. And that is why it was able to crack them so quickly. Okay.
Mr. Asad.
Yeah.
Mr. Asad,
Yeah.
how to submit this task?
Yeah, so what you will do is that you will download this hash.txt file on your Kali Linux. You're going to perform the this particular command that I just showed it to you. crack the passwords, submit the screenshots. And one additional task that I'm giving you, which is not on the platform, is I will share a link for 2 files with you, which are basically SAM and system files. So this is what I was talking and telling you, that your operating system actually stores the hashes in a SAM file in this. So you will find it in the system32 directory. If you ask me that where is my SAM file in the Windows machine, I can go to the C drive. I can go to the Windows, I think, if I remember the path correctly, Windows and then system32. I think in the config, yeah, in the config, and there. So every operating system has a SAM file and a system file that you can see it on my system as well, right? So SAM and system. This SAM file, it contains all the hashes of my user accounts, passwords. And this system file, before in the older versions, there was only SAM file. Now the system file is used to lock the SAM file. So if you want to get the hashes out of this SAM file, you need a system file as well. And that is why I have 2 files here that you can see it on my desktop that I told you that I'm going to share it with you. So if I try to open this SAM file, I will just show you by using a cat. If I try to open it, it's basically kind of a locked file or encrypted file, I would say. So I cannot open this file by using a simple cat or any editor. So you need some kind of tool that can extract the hashes from this file. So the next task that I'm giving you, which is not in the platform, is that you have to use samdump2. Samdump2 is basically a tool. Then you have to provide it the first file, which is the system file, which is already on the desktop. The second file that I'm providing it as the SAM file, and -o means that I'm going to output it into a file called coding.txt, for example. Or I will call it, to give it a better name, my hashes.txt. Okay, my hash. And by the way, these are not the hashes of my own operating system. I took it from another virtual machine, so don't think that this is my actual operating system. Okay, I would never do that. Okay, so if you see, when I run this command, it has created a text file, which is my hashes.txt on the desktop, as you can see it here as well. If I write cat now to this file, is it my hashes? Sorry, my hashes.txt. So if I do it now you can see that I have extracted the hashes of this file. So there is administrator account, there is a guest account, there is an Ali account, and there are some system accounts like support and help assistant. And these are basically the hashes. So what you can do, I'm not asking you to do it, but what you can do usually is that if you get access to the SAM file and the hashes of that file, you can use tools like John the Ripper to crack them, or there are many other tools as well. There are online hash crackers as well that can be used to crack the passwords. Okay, so that's it from my side. I don't want to spend more time on it. It's a very simple lab, and hopefully you can finish it quickly. And then once Mr. Swami finishes his part, then you will complete the lab, submit it, and in the time that you have left, you will go on to read something. I will come back to you at 4. What it means is that, I will take another attendance at 4 p.m. according to your time. Okay.
I have a question. What should we submit now? Should we submit this to the extra thing that you added, or just only what it's asked in the lab?
Yeah. So I think you can submit both of them, because if I don't make it compulsory or mandatory, some students, they might ignore it, that let's just leave. So I'm going to share these files with you, and then the first thing you will do is crack the hash.txt file, which is already there on the platform. And secondly, I will give you these 2 files, and then you can go ahead and try to extract the hashes and show me that you were able to do that.
Okay, and we have to screenshot and add it to the lab assignment. Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Sure.
All in one file, right?
Yes, only single file. Please don't submit more than 1 file.
Okay.
And I think there is only 1 link for the submission. Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen. I will hand it over to Mr. Swami now. He has some demonstrations to give. Swami, are you there?
Hello.
Yes.
Mr. Asad,
Yeah.
in some file, the first command you write
Sam dump 2.
random. That's for create a new file, right?
Now, yeah. So what I'm doing in Sam dump 2, let me share it again if you want to see it again. Okay. Share the screen. Okay. So what I was trying to do here is when I write this command Sam dump 2, I already have these two files on my desktop. I'm using this tool Sam dump 2 to dump the hashes from this file into a file which I am calling it as my hashes.txt. So I'm giving the full path of the file that save it on the desktop. I mean, I could have, because I'm already on the desktop, I could have done like this. Okay, give the output and save it on file called abc.txt, for example. So it is going, because I'm already on the desktop, so it is going to create the file on the desktop. Okay, so don't get confused with this path, for example, this one. What is this? This is just the path where I want to save the file.
Okay.
So if I don't give the path,
already create a file.
sorry.
That's already create a file. I think that's
Yeah, now I created it again, abc.txt on the desktop. So by running this simple command in which I didn't give the path. So, okay. So if you open it, it will have the same hashes that are that I extracted them earlier. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Swami, are you there?
I have a question. Where are you gonna share the files? In the chat here? In
Yeah,
the
I will.
website?
Yeah, these Sam, these are my files. So I'm going to just share the link in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And by the way, it's not required, but you can try to crack the hashes, the ones which are there, like this one, and for this Ali account also, you can try them. Okay. Okay. Swami, are you there?
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
everyone.
Over to you, Swami.
Thanks a lot, Asad. Can you like stop the recording?
So I just want to ask you, when I stop the recording, it is still going to save it, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.